Hi, my name is John T. Levine, and I am an author. The first step is admitting you have a problem, and yeah, because of everything that's happened in the last month, I now feel able to call myself an author, rather than it just being, yeah, I kind of want to write books someday. So what changed? Firstly, I went to see Joanna Penn, who does the Creative Penn podcasts, live in a sort of crash course workshop at the Nottingham Writers Studio about how to make a living from your writing, and that's something of a long-term goal for me. It's not there yet. Like, my first priority is to get people reading my books, and then I'll worry about the money later. But a lot of what she said is relevant for when you're just starting out and doing it as a hobby. Like, did you know, for instance, that being a full-time author doesn't necessarily mean you have more time to write, because writing is exhausting, and you probably also have a full-time job of managing the business side of it, and chasing down deals, exploiting your rights, and of course marketing is a big part. Now that increases when you're a self-published author a bit, so you've got pros and cons there of being self-published. But even authors who go through traditional publishers still have to do a lot of marketing for themselves. Such is the state of the market. And when you listen to Joanna Penn, you really do get this sense that self-publishing is the way to go. And I mean, she is just this picture of authorly success. She has all these books under her belt, both fictional and non-fiction, and she gets to write about what she really loves. She has this huge online presence, including the aforementioned podcast, and you know what, meeting with her actually felt a bit like that I was meeting a celebrity. Now, she does all this even though she's not actually big enough to have her own Wikipedia article, so I guess there is something to be said for the whole fake it till you make it mantra. What I'm saying is I could learn a lot from that. You know, even things like having my own YouTube channel, that helps for building my reputation online. And of course, marketing, which is not often something we like to think about, but it includes things like building a relationship with your fans. That's marketing. And also cover designs, which segues nicely into my next topic, which is that another thing I've been doing this month is making a book cover for my His Dark Materials fanfiction. It's called The Secret Door, and I've probably spent more time on this cover than anyone else in the history has spent on the cover of a fanfiction work. But it's almost finished now, so consider this your sneak preview. Now, I know you're probably all thinking, fanfiction? I thought you wanted to make money. Fair point, and I'll tell you why. Now, you may already be aware you're not allowed to sell fanfiction if someone else owns the rights to that world, and unless you have special permission, like if Philip Pullman were to authorise my publishing, which is like not going to happen, let's be honest. But I don't see why I can't give that story away for free in return for you, say, signing up for my email mailing list, which is actually fairly standard practice for authors, to give away their first book for free in return for just, say, having you on a list and we know where you live. No, it's not like that. Now I know you're probably thinking, email? Isn't that a bit last century? Fair enough, and I'll tell you, right, the reason why email is better for this sort of thing, and it's not just for authors, mind you, but it cuts out the middleman. You see, when you subscribe to me on YouTube, which is awesome, and I love that 17 of you have already done that, but you know who you are, you awesome people, but I'm still competing for space on someone else's platform, and you know, I could still quite easily be bumped off your what to watch page in favour of a more popular piece of content. Now, the email list is gold dust for that reason, because there you've got a tight little group of people who are interested to see what you have to do next. And because email is not really owned and managed by any one company, you can be fairly sure that neither Google or Facebook is going to change something and ruin everything, like they did with the comments, like they did every other month with their algorithms and such. So soon I will have this mailing list to let you know whatever I'm doing next. My fanfiction will be posted to plenty of places online. You don't have to be on the mailing list to see it, including here on YouTube as an audiobook. But if you want the PDF copy with that gorgeous cover art and an audiobook file that you can download to your phone and listen to on the go, then I will have those available as gifts for those who sign up to the mailing list. And you'll be the first to know when that happens through a video on this channel, provided of course that YouTube decides to show you the video instead of, damn you, SourceFed! And last thing I wanted to tell you about is that I signed up for an author's critique group the other week, so that really has me feeling like I'm ready to call myself an author now. We're doing this. So I'll be having my first meeting with them this Saturday, and I'll let you know how it turns out. I'll either be getting their feedback on the aforementioned fanfiction, or a few chapters from my superhero novel, at which point they'll probably go and tell me why it's a terrible idea, why to have my first novel as a piece of fanfiction and try to talk me out of it, but oh well, we'll see how it goes. And I'll see you in May.